Okay, so basically, if you realize your location and you have a ran down place, there's so many different ways to look at it, right? You have to look at the opportunity. You have to look at basically every asset that is out there is an opportunity, right? At the end of the day, every way, if you look at a property and you look at the creativeness and you think, how can I get this done? Just starting to learn. It's really, really based on determination, based on this deal, based on knowing this asset better than anyone else. You're basically figuring out, what are my taxes, what are my insurance, what are my electrical, what are my water bills, right? What are the fixed costs of my debt? So that's, what am I paying either the bank, a mortgage, what is it based on there's debt? Because if there's going to be taxes from property taxes, there can be also, every year you have to pay taxes based on the property, and then also based on, so you have appreciation, you have depreciation, you have equity, you have different plays within a property. So you have to figure out, hey, what do I have all these things? What are my cash flow? Not just my cash flow. Can I, what are my exit strategies, Is it cash flow? Is it going to be a refinance? Is it going to be appreciation? Is it depreciation? Let's just say a synagogue could do a tax exempt, right? So that's why a lot of people they'll build in their house a synagogue, very interesting enough. And there's different concepts to learn, by the way. Even the biggest people, they don't learn the Jewish way. And the Jewish way happens to be with the lawyers. They learn the game and they use loopholes. I'm not saying you have to be real and honest and do business the right way to do it legally. I believe in everything should be legally, but there's always a way. If you want a will, there's a way, and you have to just figure out what are the tax ramifications, what is the legalities, what are, at the end of the day, what can I build here? How can I be creative in taking a property, buying it beforehand, finding the land of this place, and understanding, like, hey, I want to build over here. I want to do something on this place. How do I, think outside the box? And I'm like, you know what, let me get this done. And so you have to think outside the box. You have to think creatively. You have to also figure out what are all the different ways to do it, right? There is cash, there's credit, there's equity. But at the end of the day, here's the deal, right? Let's just use a property. Let's just say it's it's a fourplex, it's an eightplex, it's a 12plex, whatever. It's just used from 4 to 12, right? It's still in the smaller class versus, let's just say 10 to 100 is in the bigger class. So you have to understand the different ramifications, the different plays in the game, and knowing that there is different ways to learn. And knowledge is key, and always learning from different people. You can learn from anyone. You just have to find what you like and what you don't like and what makes you laugh when learning, and just try to be consistent. I think Tom Brady said it, the quote is, average but consistency beats a non-consistent. And my boy Christian Osgard yesterday said the guy bought 300 units in the last 4 years. And he said it's all based on the relationship, based on the friendships that he's built from just finding owners of multifamily properties. He's very, precise that he wants to buy multifamily. And he's like, you know what, I want to get this done. So he goes out and he builds a relationship with people. He goes onto the county websites, and on the county websites, he basically looks, how can I, find the owners, and he searches basically not only the owners, the property, the taxes, the expenses, all that. Right? There's different ways. You learn from Pace Morby, the subject to game, the creative game, the owner finance game. There's so many different ways to skin a cat. But at the end of the day, as I'm living and learning, at the end of the day, The deal's the deal, and at the end of the day, you just have to find a deal, create a deal, make a deal happen, make it work. Just make it, figure it out, and see, okay, how can I get it done better than anyone else? How can I use whatever everyone else's equity, everyone else's play, and everyone else's hard work and leverage and experience and 10,000 hours, and you have to just think, what can I do within my skills? Because everyone has different great qualities, and if you look at your great qualities, just use them within what you can use them.